Willie D Live.
Before Persuasion, I had another girlfriend who my mom... So basically what I'm saying is she already knew that I liked women.
Okay.
So Persuasion wasn't the first, like, oh my God, she's with a woman now. But it was hard for her then, and it was hard for her when I, openly said I was with Sway. But now she likes Sway. So I think that's the difference, and she always says, I may not accept that lifestyle all in all, but I love you. So I'm going to accept you and what you bring.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of parents who have to who deal with that, I think a lot of them ultimately choose to love their child, continue to love their child, and accept, what it is, even if they don't agree.
Right.
They accept it.
Yeah.
Because what else can you do?
Exactly.
Right? If you don't, you're gonna push them away.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's I think that's a conversation that a lot of people have to think about.
Yeah. She didn't want me to feel like she wasn't accepting of me, because you're absolutely right. It does push your kid away, because it's like, well, you're not accepting my lifestyle, so why should I even come around anymore? And then it kind of forces you. I went through a point where I felt like I had to choose a side, not with Sway, but with my previous relationship, because she didn't like that girl. So there were times when I didn't talk to my mom for like 6 months, because at that time I'm like, well, I have to pick my relationship. I'm getting older, so it does really put you in a weird position. But that's how I knew that the relationship I'm in now was 10 times better, because like she's coming over the house for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So there's different things that I'm like, okay, this is all like you're accepting me now.
Now, is she accepting it to the extent where you can hug up on each other on the couch and
No, we don't
kiss
do that.
and all that
No.
Okay.
We don't do that, but we don't do that anyway, because she has a daughter. And our biggest thing is we never want, which I've gotten some backlash for this, but my viewpoint on it is I don't want her 3-year-old daughter to look at 2 women and grow up in a household where she feels like, well, I'm supposed to be with a woman. Because I didn't grow up in a household like that. I never saw men. But that's not the reason I like women. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing that my mom brought around me to alter my perception of anything, of who I should date, nothing. So we just want to give her daughter a fair shot. Now, if she comes home from school one day, I was like, I think I like this girl in my class. Well, you made that decision on your own.
Yeah.
So now let's help you with that. But no, when we're at the house, we don't kiss, we don't hug, nothing around her daughter. I think she thinks I'm a best friend.
Yeah. Well, I asked that question because I know I've heard a few people say, look, okay, I'll accept you, but look, you ain't finna be sitting on my couch kissing no nigga.
Right.
Talking about, that type of thing. I've heard people say that,
I agree, but I think even with straight couples, would you go over your mom's house and be tonguing your boyfriend down? Like, my sister is as straight as a whatever the saying is, and she's not bringing her boyfriend over, tonguing him down on the couch. So I think it's just a respect thing. I would never do that anyway, even if I was with a man.
You know what? I've been knowing you a while, and it's like you're wise beyond your years.
Thank you.
Even when you rap, your style, the way you deliver, the way you, the things that you say, the metaphors that you use, it's substantive. It's substantive.
Thank you.
It's something there.
Thank
right?
you.
When did you have this urge? When you first realized, you said, "You know what? I think I like girls, not boys."
I was about 17.
Yeah.
17, 18, yeah. I had moved from California, came out to Texas, and this girl just turned me out, I guess you can say.
She was an older girl?
No, she was a year younger than me, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
And, I just kind of stayed that way the whole time after that.
But it didn't happen while playing basketball, because
it did. I knew that was coming.
So it happened while playing basketball.
Well, I played ball my whole life, so I think I just always had that. I had a boyfriend for 3-4 years, even when I was hooping. But I think when you play basketball, and please, I hope people don't kill me for this, but as a woman, we just have that natural, like, aura to us. Like, we just a little edgier. We're a little harder.
Aggressive.
Yeah, we are. We're not as feminine as the girl who may play volleyball or run track and field. We're just not. It just is what it is because we have to be so tough. So, I had the boyfriend when I was playing basketball, but then when I moved to Texas, I think it was just curiosity, and curiosity can really,
Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta ask that because like a lot of that's for people who don't want their kids gay or got a problem with that. They do not want their daughters playing basketball.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
My girl is going through that right now because I love basketball. So I'm like, let's put her in basketball because her daughter's so athletic and like aggressive. And she's like, no. Like, but I don't know. It definitely has a stigma to it, though. I'm not going to lie.
Now, is there a difference between like being intimate with a woman and a man to you? Have you ever been intimate with a man?
I was just about to tell you. No. So
you never
kissing and stuff, but I never went all the way.
Hold on. Stop.
Never had sex, yeah.
Hold on.
I know. Oh, Lord. I know what question's going to come next, too. Well, how do you know you're really gay?
Hold on. No. I just want to know, like, so no man has ever bodied you.
No. But you know what's crazy?
Y'all weak, dog. Y'all. Every dude who ever dated Jazz, y'all soft. Y'all weak.
My ex-boyfriend has tried to spin the block. He has tried to spin the block. But I think with him, we were together 3-4 years. He was a football player. I was a basketball player. We were both supposed to go to USC. So I grew up in a household where it was like, save it for marriage. And to me, that was right around the corner. Like, when I tell this story, people always laugh, but I'm like, it really made sense to me because I'm like, okay, we're going to get to college, like 19, 20, 21, 22. I'll probably marry you then. So for me, it wasn't a long time. But he ended up cheating, and I ended up moving. Life just...
Did that turn you? Did that turn you?
Well, no, but I think it made me more... I can't even put that on him. I don't even want to put that on him. I think I was just curious, and I just have to be honest with that.
Did Tammy raise you to trust man or not trust man, or just be careful?
I'm going to be honest with you. We didn't have a lot of conversations about men because I never saw a man come in and out of the house. Like, she wasn't the type of mom that just because, so I was maybe about 3 or 4 when they divorced, Kenny and my mom. I never saw a man till Reggie. And I met Reggie.
Shouts out to Reggie.
Yeah, when I was 18. Yeah, married.
Okay, all right. Shouts out to Reg.
When I was 17, 18. So you have to think for most of my... I mean, I don't know if she probably was dating. I mean, obviously she was dating, but she didn't let me and my sister see it, so I never had a man in the house. So it was just my sister, my mom, and my grandma. All women, strong black women. Yeah. So it's just like, she didn't tell me be safe or not. It was just kind of like the only idea I had of a man, sadly, was my dad. So I think I made that judgment of like, well, when he says he's going to pick me up, he never does. Yeah. He says he's going to call me Friday. It's Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it just, as you get older, you're like, well, I don't want, maybe I shouldn't talk to you if anything reminds me of my dad. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I know women who are like that. And they do project that trauma onto
the next man.
In the new relationships. And I'm going to tell you right now, women, listen to what I'm saying. I love you to death. I love you to life. But I'm going to tell you something. You are doing yourself a huge disservice.
Yeah, you are. That's true.
You are projecting your childhood drama, or that trauma, that relationship that you had with your father onto any man, because he didn't earn that.
Yes,
your dad
that's true.
did. So he shouldn't be responsible for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And so people actually do themselves a huge disservice when they do that. I mean, imagine I had a tumultuous relationship with my mother, and I never once projected that onto other women.
Right.
I mean, I didn't do that. I guess I was probably wise beyond my years.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But so you're telling me there wasn't one I don't know your relationship status now, so forgive me if I'm being rude asking this.
Yeah,
But
I got a little something.
okay,
going on.
but I'm saying, like, when you were younger or anything, there wasn't one woman who was like, "Ooh, you remind me of my mama. I ain't doing that." You know what I'm saying? Just because of your relationship with her.
No, because look. So my sisters and brothers might get mad about me on this one.
Okay.
But I got to call a striker, striking the ball a ball. I wanted to make sure that I didn't date women who was like my mother. I didn't want to date a woman who was like my mother. My mama was alcoholic. She was abusive. I mean, and she cuss. And she was physically abusive and verbally abusive. So I didn't want to date a woman that was like my mother. But even with that said, I still love my mother because I'm from that era.
Right.
It's like Pac said, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama.
Black queen. Yeah.
So that was still my mama, and you couldn't hurt her. You couldn't bring no harm to her. And I still, looked out for her when I got some money.
Yeah.
My first piece of money, I went and bought her a house, not me a house.
That's dope.
But I knew my mama was violent too, very violent. My mama sliced a white man up in the 60s with a razor. All right?
Wow.
My mama was violent. Okay? So I knew I had a certain amount of aggression in me. And I could not be in a relationship with a woman who was violent because somebody got to have some damn sense.
Yeah.
Like somebody. Like you really shouldn't be in a relationship you shouldn't be in a relationship with a violent person, period.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah.
But if you're in one, both of y'all cannot be violent, because it ain't gonna end well.
No, it's not.
It's not gonna end well. Somebody gotta have some sense. Like, hold on, baby, that ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Instead of y'all Bunny and Clyde coming through like, hey, it's us against the world, baby, all that kind of stuff. Nah, I'm not with that. We talked about Tammy a little bit earlier, your mom. Like, Tammy is like, I love Tammy Roman. Like,
thank you.
That's my girl for real.
Right.
Like, I really do appreciate her tenacity, her resilience.
Yeah.
And she's really solid, and she's like this. She's a mama bear, right? Yeah. And I remember when y'all were younger, you and Lyric, would be with her. She was right there, and
she was.
And y'all were like, and y'all were mannerable too. I remember that.
Yes.
Like y'all were very mannerable and respectful young girls, and so I'm really not surprised to see, you guys doing your own thing.
Thank you.
Like Lyric she's still doing the modeling, right?
Yeah, so she's in law school now, and she's on the show
in law school.
Yeah.
Come on, Lyric.
Yeah, and she's on a show on BET called House of Vicious too. So when the strike's over, that'll be back on. Have
y'all ever thought about the irony that Lyric name is Lyric, but you're the MC?
Yeah, that is a good point. I guess my mom was like lyric and jazz. Like I don't know. It made sense to her.
She likes music.
Yes. My mom had a little rap career for like a month.
Yeah.
Back in her day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did on The Real World. She was a rapper.
Oh, I'm going to look that up. I'm looking that up as soon as we finish. I got to check out Timmy's.
Oh, no. She's going to be mad that I brought that up.
I'm going to
because she really rock with you. She going to be like, why would you tell him that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.